Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Michael's Musings on MAJ TV. I am author Michael A. Jacob. I write Fluid Beings and An Ocean of Stars, which kind of translates to gender shifter, social, sci-fi, with a bit of romance, and a touch of horror. So, we have been discussing my Blood Saga series. Here is book 3, available in ebook and print at the moment. It is my, I call it my bloody, sexy, angsty, alien vampires are cool series. This video, unlike the other ones, have no life lessons. And they're not really as much of a hot mess as the core series. It may make you question the character sanity a little bit, because morals and ethics and things of that nature they kind of throw out the window. I mean, it's bloody, sexy alien vampires. I mean, this is what happens. So these videos are short, sweet, to the point. The series premise is that a race of sanguinians, carnivorous alien like vampires, crash lands on Earth in the 18th century, and they encounter our vampires. And they find them just the cutest thing. They wipe most of them out, and they took over their covens. And now, fast forward to present day, they have all this amassed wealth and everything and all this good stuff. So, it starts off on Earth, it ends on their home world because they end up going back. Instead of going through every single book, every chapter like I did with Curve of Humanity and the core series, I'm just going to go through the timeline of the story, in its universe. As usual, we're not going to, dive too deep. We're going to avoid getting bogged down with a whole bunch of details. And we have been going through the different covens that they had taken over and that they incorporated a lot of their merchant clans from their home world with. And we've got through the major 7 that you see in most of the book. There is an 8th. You only see a little bit of them in book 1, and I bring them back in book 4, which I'm doing for NaNoWriMo because, I can get most of it done. So hopefully, cross your fingers, December, I'll have book 4, which is the last in the series, done. Now, the demise of the Brownlee Coven. So the 8th Coven, they were basically like, they were a group of like destitute vampires. They kind of formed a pact, started hustling in like the retail industry. They barely made ends meet. Yet for some reason, because of some sense of pride they have, they didn't start them into full blown like thievery. They weren't like, hitting every store, doing, the smash and grab. So I do not have a name for the original merchant clan, so you must forgive me. I'm calling it the X clan for a minute because I have no idea. But one of the sons was in, with the other leaders who crash landed, and his entourage encounters the Brownlee, the Brownlees, so to speak. And instead of killing off their leader, like the others did, he kind of makes a deal. And they gladly turn over all responsibility. They're like, yes, here you go, you can have it. So his family, they start networking, like day and night. They're creating like a solid foot in the industry. They acquire contracts, exclusivity rights, the whole 9 yards. So by present day, the Brownlee Coven, they're kind of like, think of like Market America or Amway minus the MLM component. So they achieve massive wealth, though nowhere near what, the others, pulling. The others are pulling like massive amount of money. Now they call themselves the Brownlee Coven because that was not the name of the coven. There was no coven per se. Let's put it this way. Like I said, there's a group of vagabond vampires that come together. They didn't call themselves anything. Because most of this clan's family has variations of, like, brown hair, brown eyes. That's why they call themselves the Brownlee Coven. I know it's yeah. The only outliers are like the handful of, like, the original vampires who some were like, dirty blonde, or they had like black hair with blue eyes, that kind of stuff. So there was a handful of them mixed in, but most of the aliens who blended with the vampires were brown hair, brown eyed. Hence that. Now, during the battle with the Imperial soldiers on Earth in the first book, the leader of the Brownlee Coven made a fatal error in judgment. And 7% of the clan got wiped out. And that also included, like, some of the original vampires. So a lot of the survivors went into hiding. They did still do business, but kind of like, in the shadows, kind of out of the way. They were kind of like in this self-loathing type of thing because, their leader, made a really bad decision, and most of them ended up dying. But they kind of blamed themselves. They feel like they should have stopped him or something like that. I mean, the other covens, the merchant clans that are on Earth, they kind of try to help them out, make sure their contracts remain, because they don't want to see them fail. It's like they crash landed on Earth, and they're pretty much the only family they have, and they're just like, no, you guys, we'll help you out. Now, on Salaxa, that merchant clan that the Brownlees come from, pretty greedy, stuck up. They didn't really interact with the other, like, top merchants, because there's 10 top merchants, and they didn't, unless necessary, they made sure to only, like, attend maybe 3 meetings a year, just enough, to not get called out for, like, non-compliance. So when the family members on Earth return to Salaxa, like I said, they return home, they're kind of like turned away by their own merchant clan and sent to live in the slums. Which, of course, angers the other coven leaders. They're like, oh, wait, hell no. So, comeuppance is due for that particular merchant clan. I just haven't figured out how to punish them yet. And instead of the Demise, the Brownlee clan, I'm going to kind of bring them back and I don't know, let them shine, let them prove themselves again. So, yeah. So it'll be kind of a sad story for them, but then they get some redemption in the end. See, I'm not that bad of a person. So that's it for all the covens. We got them all in. If you like short, sweet debates, and like things like this, please hit the like button. And you want to see more of these? Because I got more. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when I have more coming in. I do love discussions. I do love honest feedback. So, please feel free to make comments, ask questions, engage. I wrote them, so hopefully I should be able to answer most of your questions. I just ask you to be respectful and don't spam, because spamming is bad. Now that we have all the covens out of the way, we're going to talk about the homeworld on the next video, Salaxa. So that's going to be fun. It's a little different. It's a nice little gloomy planet. If you want to see more of my works, of course, you could always go to my website, which is majacobauthor.com. Or if you want to buy direct, you can go to michaelajacob.com. Both links will be in the description. And as you know, I'm in the process of getting new video stuff going on. There'll be like a cool background, and there will be like, you know, like theme music and stuff. You know, the usual YouTube stuff that you usually see, besides just me and a print screen. But anyway, so look forward to that. I'll see you in the next video. And of course, if you want to contribute to my chai tea latte and webtoons and anime fund, you can do that too. And you can find me on Discord, which I'm still trying to figure out. And I do have a Patreon. So all that's up in there somewhere. There's icons. So I will see you in the next video. And may the universe grant all that you desire. Bye.